wrong? What's going on?
What do you mean, what's wrong? Look at it.
You told Jeff we could fix this?
I know.
What are we gonna do?
All right, today we're working on a 1987 Chevy Blazer, okay? This thing belongs to our neighbor Jeff. He is the guy who shows up every once in a while and drops off a nice sign for us.
Yeah.
So when you have a neighbor like that and he brings you a project, you just say, okay, I'll do it, okay?
Yeah, no questions.
Yep, he's a great guy and a great neighbor.
Yes.
He bought this Craigslist ad kind of thing.
Yep.
Right? It's got a 350 in it, crate engine. It's never been started before. It was somebody else's project. They apparently kind of either stumbled on it or lost interest with it, okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to get it going for him. He wants a LS put in this, okay?
Yes.
And he's going to have us do it, but he knows that we are backlogged a bit on that. So even though he's our neighbor, he still has to be in line, I guess. Okay? So in the meantime, we're going to do everything that we can getting this thing going in preparation for the LS, which would be putting in a fuel tank that's got a high pressure pump in it, okay? 58 pounds. We just happen to have a FiTech system sitting around here and a Edelbrock Performer manifold for this truck. So we're going to throw this on it to run this motor. It takes 58 pounds of fuel pressure too, just like the LS. So when the day comes that we have that rebuilt and we go to throw that in it, we won't have to mess around with the fuel system.
Yeah.
Okay?
Save a step.
Yep. So basically everything on this truck has, it looks like it was kind of just tossed together so they could sell it. Okay?
Yeah.
A lot of things are just kind of half done. The valve cover isn't even bolted on.
Yeah.
Most things are just on there loose. It has a chrome starter, which we will get rid of that.
Oh man.
I actually have another starter. So, and then we can get rid of all the wiring too, because we're not ever going to run the throttle body system ever again. So just the same as if we were doing an LS, we can get rid of all that stuff now. The FiTech system, it will run the fuel pump, and it'll also run the fans. Okay.
Okay.
So when we do the radiator here too, we'll also have the radiator done for the LS, but the small block Chevy can run off that no problem.
Yep. We're gonna try to do as much LS stuff
as possible and not waste any money.
Yes. Perfect.
Be the most important thing. Okay.
Okay.
Basically, we're gonna tear all this stuff off here, and we'll take it. This intake manifold's got to come off. Distributor's coming out. We won't be using that distributor, and then I'll start getting rid of some of the wiring too. About the only thing that we might still use are the spark plug wires are new, you know.
Yeah.
So, from the looks of everything that's been done to it, I wouldn't really trust trying to go from it at this point, and
yeah,
I'm gonna take it down to where I'd feel comfortable.
Yep.
Make sure everything's okay. And the reason for doing that is so he can drive it around in the meantime.
Yeah. Yeah, he might as well get some enjoyment out of it.
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty nice truck.
It is.
It will be a really nice truck. All right, so we're gonna basically, I'll just start pulling wires off of this thing, especially the ignition wires, because we're probably going to reuse those. Like I said, we won't use the distributor. And, the distributor's not even. I wonder if it's even bolted in. I think we're going to find a lot of interesting things on this guy's project.
I think so.
It's also got a bolt broke off in the head for the exhaust manifold. It doesn't have exhaust manifolds on it. We have the hold. Oh yeah, it doesn't even have a hold down on it.
Oh no. That's plugged in though.
Yeah. We'll leave it in there for now, just so nothing falls in there. Okay. Ooh, a wing nut. We'll add this wing nut to our collection.
Love a good wing nut.
Yep. We occasionally work on throttle body stuff, so we'll save all the wires and the connectors that come out of this thing, but they won't get used here anymore.
Yeah, that's a nice manifold too.
Yeah, it's got an Edelbrock manifold, throttle body manifold. We'll have to hang that baby on the wall. Need that. Yeah. EGR valve, we will not use that again, unless you want to.
No.
No.
We will use the heater hose again.
Well, you gotta have heat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe it's got any water in it yet, so that'll be nice. Look at that hose. That hose is split. Wouldn't have worked.
There's a hole in it right there.
Yeah. Okay. There's a rat nest down there. Did you see that?
I did. Hello in there. Or Mr. Jangles.
Yeah,
Get
he probably
him a new home.
left on the ride here.
It did come with a bird.
Oh, that's right. It had a bird. A live bird.
Yeah. We're unloading it off the trailer going, what's that? It's a funny squeaking sound.
Great movie.
Mm.
Alright, now I'm going to start cutting some wires, okay?
Alright.
People give me a hard time for cutting wires the way I do. One guy said he could definitely tell that I just don't care about anything.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so this is a bundle of wires that goes into the computer, okay?
Okay.
It'll never get used again, so I can get rid of all of them. Okay, same thing we would have done doing in LS.
Yep.
Alright, that's the fuel pump relay.
What is it?
Fuel pump relay.
Huh.
Okay. And we actually will use that relay, but we won't use the wires. The way an 87 truck worked was that relay would turn on and it passes through to the firewall and back out down to the fuel pumps, but we won't do that, okay? We'll do it like we do in LS.
Sweet.
There's the purple starter wire.
Ooh, we need that one.
Yep. That's the wire that went down to the starter that would have went over to the firewall to put power to the interior fuse box, okay?
Okay.
But we won't do that on this one. We'll have to use a different ignition coil. Alright, so we won't need this one. This distributor is only electronic advanced, okay?
Okay.
So in the meantime, we'll have to put a distributor in there that's vacuum and mechanical advanced. Looks different, right?
Mm-hmm. Looking better already.
Alright, so it's not going to have air conditioning in the meantime, okay?
Okay.
So we can get rid of that hose and we'll get rid of the compressor. I noticed the power steering is not sitting on there straight, the pump, so we'll have to fix that.
Yeah, I feel like there's supposed to be another bracket over here or something.
I think the bracket's been ruined. It looks like it was cut. This off there.
Ooh, lethal voltage. Ooh, I love that band.
Oh, they were good. They were good. Till the plane crashed.
I feel like we've done this before.
Yep. Boy, nothing was tight on this thing.
I like the washers on here.
Yeah, that was barely on there. Yeah, you see how the power steering doesn't line up?
Yeah. Something's weird.
Problem with Blazers is there's nothing, you can't throw stuff in the back.
That's true.
But really, that's the only problem with it. Everything else about them is great. And this truck actually is in really nice shape.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
No, that's not tight.
I just love the pieces are orange. Like, why is that orange? Why are the motor mounts orange?
He was going for the Chevy theme.
Something.
Orange.
Orange.
It's been a while since we've used our corn method,
Oh, yes.
so we'll get to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so the alternator wires are the only ones that we'll possibly still use, okay?
Okay.
Unless I go find a one-wire alternator. We might have one of those out there somewhere.
That'd be pretty cool.
Get that out of my way. I love these clamps. It's the worst.
Yay!
Keep that for now.
Yeah, we will need brakes.
We'll need that for now, right?
Yep.
Ah, and that wasn't tight either, okay?
No.
So why bother tightening the fuel line?
Well, you had to get back there and tighten the distributor, so...
Yeah, do it at the same time.
Yeah.
Alright, and I don't know what we're going to do about the fuel lines yet, so we'll just leave them mud dauber. Alright, so what do we got?
It looks like one of every size.
Yeah, not tight.
If somebody didn't corn this manifold very good.
I don't know what this is for. Oh, it's time for a gear ratchet, huh?
Sure.
Yeah, those aren't near long enough. Not nearly long enough.
Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Oh, it's been, that manifold's that part. Even I know better.
Yeah. That might have held for a little while, but not long at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So it does look new inside, which is nice. Take that off. I wonder if we should do valve lash on it too.
Oh man.
You know?
Yeah, I think we should. Oh, jeepers.
Oh, gee. Alright, so we'll take that off. We can take the fan off because we're going to put an electric fan on it.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think this radiator hose is going to live.
You don't think so?
No. No. Let's get the power steering unbolted. I unbolted it there and it kind of stood up straight the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So it's just missing, it's missing some bracketry. Okay.
Bracketry.
Yeah, so we'll have to find that. There it goes. Okay, stay right there, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I also noticed they put a chrome timing tab on it, and it covers the whole harmonic balancer, so you'd never see the tab come around when you're shining timing light on it.
Yeah, it's optional.
Yeah.
You don't need that.
So we will find a non-chrome one. Okay. The nuts to hold the fan, they were not tight. I literally broke them loose with my fingers. And I'm not that strong. So that would have come flying off eventually.
Probably about 70 down the highway.
That's kind of why we're going to just take it down to the beginning
Yeah.
and build up, okay?
Yeah, the farther we've torn into it, the more questions I have.
I can't have Jeff broke down somewhere when he's out running around looking for signs for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Won't need that. I took this other one off when you weren't looking. Okay.
So sneaky.
Over here. When we do the swap on this one, I am going to put the battery over there instead of here.
Okay.
I'm going to do it a little different on this truck.
Sweet.
And then it's got a broken bolt in the manifold.
That's not
And
good.
cylinder head. And then there's signs that he's been trying to work on getting it out. There's bolts that are welded on around here all over the place.
Yeah, a bunch of slag and stuff laying down there.
So he was trying to get it out, but we'll have to get that out because we can't have any kind of exhaust leak with a throttle body system, or with that fuel injection system.
Yep.
Or the throttle body system, really. You wouldn't want to leak, right?
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't remember that, but they actually don't even have that board through, so.
Guess we gotta put that back on.
No, I don't think so. No.
I like this bolt here, too.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. That one's definitely cross-threaded. Yeah. I don't know. So, what should we do next? Where'd you find that at?
It was laying right there.
That's the O-ring out of here.
Oh.
Undid that. There's a mess of wires going to something. That is steel.
It's headlights up here.
It's got something to do with those fancy headlights. We'll get rid of those too. 7/16 or 3/8?
I say 3/8.
Oh, you're right.
Uh-huh. Oops, another one. Ooh.
So it came with free zip ties. Oh, it also doesn't have a dipstick, so we gotta order up a dipstick for it. Okay. Try to work in a Dukes of Hazzard reference. Did you ever watch the Dukes of Hazzard?
No.
What's wrong with you?
Do you want a list?
Oh, I can put that back up here a little. Kind of spot. I hope I have those brackets. You know? Okay. We're going to have to move this because we're going to put a wider radiator in it.
Oh, yes.
Right? We're going to put that in it. Okay?
Yeah. Check that puppy out. Oh.
No clue what this went to.
Oh, that's the fugulator.
It sounds made up.
No. I'm a little offended that you would accuse me of making up a word. Just trying to educate people. Ah!
Oh, came with the belt.
Oh, nice.
It's not in good shape.
Oh, it's the gates, though.
Yeah. Oh, and it's going to need new hood cable. Okay.
Oh.
Those wires went to the AC. Okay. That'll get redone. Knock sensor. Okay. Don't use that anymore. Okay, those are all just the wires that were related to the throttle body injection. Okay.
Okay.
So don't need it. There's also a bunch of funky wiring underneath the dash on this truck.
Yeah.
And
I think we're
we'll
going to
have
do the same thing under there.
to go in there and get rid of all of it. Dark green. Is that a dark green and a...
That's a blue and a green.
So that's part of the truck.
Oh, it's probably the sound system, man.
Yeah, it has quite a sound system. That's for sure. Got the huge headliner.
Yeah. Entertainment system.
Alright. That leads to the air conditioning. So I'll leave that. Okay. So I just don't want to cut the alternator wires. So we have that working.
Yeah.
And then any of the big red wires, I want those. Okay, so that large wire ran up to the junction block up there. Okay, so we'll change that. It's not gonna do that anymore, so I'm gonna get rid of that one. But then we will need this one that goes in to fire up the interior fuse block.
Oh, yes.
Okay. And there's the purple one. You know we need the purple one.
Mm-hmm.
Then we also need this pink one. This pink one is the one that comes out in supplies power with the key on for the ignition. I want as much length right now as possible.
Okay.
So I can make it all the way over to the HI without having to add some wire to it. Okay, so that's that one. The FiTech system, it will have the coolant temperature. It'll read that, and it'll read battery voltage, TAC, what else? Not oil pressure, I don't believe.
Okay.
But we'll still try to make the gauges work.
Yeah.
So I don't want to cut any of these wires off too short until I know where they're going. We'll find the ends to those inside.
Boy.
Alright, so here's the ones that we're going to need. We'll only need a handful of these smaller ones. We'll have to go through and find the ones for the oil pressure gauge and the temperature gauge, okay?
Okay.
So, but there's our purple wire, our pink one, our purple wire. Those are the two main ones that we need. Our red one that goes in and supplies power to the fuse box.
Yeah.
And this one's the one that leads in from the alternator. Oh, and I got to order up a wiring diagram for it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that's it for the wiring for now.
Oh my goodness. All you get.
You going?
Yep.
All right, so got her up in the air and taking a look at it. I noticed that this starter is put in the wrong bolts. So the starter is actually pushing against the flywheel.
Yep.
Okay? So, and then I looked straight up and the bell housing and the engine block are not together.
Yeah.
Okay, and probably has a lot to do with that being wrong. So we'll get the starter off here. It doesn't even have bolts that are long enough. Okay, so then we're going to have to do the bell housing bolts, and they look like they're junk, like grade 3 bolts. So we'll get those replaced with some good bolts. And then I also noticed that the motor mounts are not tight, and on top of that they are resting against the frame, so the motor mounts need to be replaced so you don't have metal to metal on your frame.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have to replace the motor mounts, which we would have done anyway when we did the swap, so those will be up new already.
Okay.
So let me take the starter off.
Okay.
Okay, everything else, this thing is it's in nice shape. It's got a little bit of rust going in some of the normal spots, but it's not bad at all for a 87 Blazer.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll have to get some WD-40 going on it.
Ooh, yes.
It's rotted out a little bit there, but even that's not that bad.
Oh yeah,
No.
it's all definitely fixable.
Yep. Okay, let me pull that stupid starter out of there.
Okay.
Every time I see a chrome part, I always know there's something wrong with that. There's no way it's going to work.
Anti-chrome.
Oh, they're not tight either.
Yeah.
I should have known. I don't know. I think the only thing that is probably okay with any of the job that was done on this is probably hopefully the engine's good.
Yeah.
You know?
Ooh, ah.
Terrible. So, at this point, we're going to have to start getting some parts coming.
Yep.
Okay?
Ooh, why don't you squirt some WD-40 on the tank? Since we're gonna have to tear into that. Juice, you better watch out.
You're gonna get WD-40.
Juice.
All right. If you don't care, I don't care.
Why are you so sad? Ripley, are you sad? Ripley, where's your ball? Ripley, show everybody your new ball. Show them your new ball. Ripley got some new tennis balls. She's excited. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. The interior is just as interesting as the exterior.
Yep. Somebody put a, looks like a OBS steering column in it. Okay. So it's going to be, that'll be way too close to them once we put the stock seats back in it.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to fix that. He did buy some seats.
Yep. Yep, Jeff found some seats.
For this truck, and so we'll have the stock seats back in it. Don't know if we mentioned it's a manual transmission.
Yeah.
The wiring underneath the dash wasn't that bad. It looks like it's just all stereo stuff. We'll get rid of that real quick. Those are the other wires that I cut, and they're just cut inside here, so they're not going to anything.
Okay.
Okay, so get rid of that. So that's not all that bad. And it's got one of those terrible headliners in it with a DVD player.
Sweet. Ooh, we'll put that in the 70. Oh, we'll put that in the dark.
Oh, yeah. So the kids can watch some.
Yeah.
Yes, very nice.
So the kids can watch Ugly Truck Experience on YouTube.
Oh, it's called the Auto Multimedia Player. Fahrenheit model.
Mm.
So.
Oh, I would have went with Celsius, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Celsius.
The carpet over here is nice and wet. More speaker wires. Going nowhere. Oh, here, babe.
Oh.
Here's another bell housing bolt for you.
Oh, great. Oh, no, that's the block-off bolt for the
Oh, I think they're interchangeable.
fuel.
Probably use it on the intake, too.
Oh, the hood thing's broke on the inside, too, so no big deal. We can fix that. Oh, look at all these wires. I can cut those.
Get it, babe.
That went to the Fahrenheit sound system. Alright, so that ain't too bad. Before we put power to anything, we'll check and make sure there's nothing touching anywhere in here.
Yeah.
Get rid of some of that junk. Fan shrouds back here. Looks like it's in nice shape.
Yeah.
Chevy Silverado seats.
Yep.
Those will be on Craigslist very soon. Okay. So
Ooh,
that's it.
More zip packs.
Oh, and we'll need a pistol grip shifter.
Oh, 8-ball.
Oh, that's better, yeah.
Ooh, like one of those chrome skulls to match the starter.
Good idea. Jeff will love that. Well, I know for certain the only bolt that's tight is the one that's broke off in the cylinder head. Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Everything else was completely loose or broken in some manner. Or not there. So we knew it was going to be finishing somebody else's project, but I didn't expect everything to be loose. So
Yeah.
let's go over what we're going to do from this point on, okay?
Okay. Yep, so we knew this was a project. We knew it was going to take a few things to get it back on the road. The farther we tore into it, the longer the list got. So.
Yep, it sure did. Okay, so at this point, we're going to have to start by fixing the motor mounts, okay? We have to get some decent bell housing bolts in there and actually tighten them up. We have a starter around here somewhere for a small block Chevy, I'm sure.
Yep, no more chrome.
No. So some gaskets for the exhaust, because we can't have that exhaust leaking at all. I'll have to get the broken stud out of that cylinder head. I'm sure I got power steering brackets around here somewhere. Battery cables, belts, hoses, and onto that list.
Yep. So, like we said, we're working our way towards an LS swap. So the FiTech is going to kind of be a stepping stone for that. So that means that we can go ahead and do our new fuel tank and fuel pump. So we'll show you that. We'll show you putting the intake on and installing the FiTech itself. And that'll also mean it needs a different distributor. So we'll show you that as well.
Yeah, and we're also going to put the LS swap radiator and cooling fans in it.
Yeah, so the fuel system and the cooling system will be done for the LS when we get to that point.
That's right.
Cool beans.
Like we mentioned before, that we're trying to do this the most economical, easy way, okay? Not everybody has a FiTech fuel system sitting around and a Edelbrock intake just sitting there, but in this case we do. So we have a lot of like parts that we're just making a donor for the truck in the meantime, okay?
Yep.
So that'll give us the opportunity to go ahead and just do the fuel system, because the FiTech runs off the exact same fuel pressure. So that's done. Same thing goes for anything else that we do on it to get this thing running. And we just hope this engine runs nice. So that's our only gamble, really.
Yeah.
So because it is kind of a gamble not knowing anything at all about the engine, that's why we're doing it that way, just to be the most economical for Jeff, okay?
Yep.
And it'll be a lot of fun to go ahead and do all these things to it and get it going for him so he can drive it for a year or so till we get to doing an LS swap, okay?
Yep, you might as well enjoy what you got.
He's got a lot of plans for the rest of it, some body work and a lift kit and all the things that he wants to do to it. So he can do that in the meantime, okay?
So there you go, there's the game plan anyway. Super excited to get this thing back on the road. I've never driven a 4-speed Blazer. I think that's pretty cool. Plus, it's a great opportunity to get some small block Chevy stuff out there for you SBC lovers. So until next time, we appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, it really helps us out, and we will catch you next time.